What's going on, everybody? Tonight, I have got a review of the Bardstown High Wheat. This is a 6-year-old high wheated bourbon, 53% corn, 39% wheat, and 8% malted barley. Bardstown is crushing it. They're putting out fantastic bourbons. They're one of my favorite distilleries. I think Bardstown should be on everybody's radar. They have something for everybody. Whether you like good old classic bourbon, their own distillate is fantastic. The Discovery series, which I have a couple behind me, those are great as well. With those, they take sourced whiskeys from other distilleries, they blend them together to their perfect ratio, and they put out the Discovery series. Then, if you really like finished whiskeys, their collaboration series is for you. So they truly have something for everybody. And honestly, I haven't had a bad bottle from Bardstown. With that being said, let's dive into this Bardstown High Wheat and give it a review. So that effectively kills this bottle. I've got myself a backup. Picked it up when I was in Kentucky. I went to the distillery. This is one that I will always have on my shelf. I will always have a backup. It's just fantastic. Without further ado, let's dive into it. So we got a little bit of a heavy pour for the bottle kill, but we have some beautiful color on this, and this thing just hugs a glass. It has great viscosity, great color. Now let's dive into it. On the nose, I get those typical wheated notes. I'm a wheated bourbon guy. I love wheated bourbons, and this one is right up my alley. I'm getting like a honey wheat bread. I'm getting some light caramel. There's a slight bit of oakiness in there. I'm also picking up more bready notes, more bakery style notes. There's like a light vanilla. This thing is absolutely incredible on a nose. Let's take a sip. That is a fantastic bourbon. Bardstown knocked it out of the park with this one. A lot of things that I like in a bourbon, I get out of this. I get those wheated bourbon notes that we talked about. There's caramel up front. There's vanilla. I get that honey. I get that wheated note. I get bakery notes. As this lingers through the finish and it lingers on my palate, there's a little bit of spice that's lingering in there. A slight cinnamon, kind of like a black pepper. So it starts sweet and it finishes with a little bit of spiciness, and I just love that. So using the ranking system that I like to use when I'm scoring a bourbon, I like to use the Tequila Matchmaker scale. I think it weights things pretty properly. So if you're not familiar, the nose will be ranked out of 25, the palate out of 30, the finish out of 25. Would you buy it again? That's out of 5. 5, you'd buy it again. 3, maybe. 0, I wouldn't buy it. Would you recommend it to others? That's out of 5. 5, I'd absolutely recommend. 3, maybe. 0, not recommending it. And then value. So value is subjective to the price of the bottle. So with that being said, this scored a 25 out of 25 on the aroma. The aroma is amazing. It's everything that I look for. Fantastic. The palate, I gave a 28 out of 30. Again, it checks so many boxes for me. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's buttery. You get the wheated notes, you get those sweet notes. I just love it. The finish, I gave a 23 out of 25. Again, I like the spice on the back end that kind of contrasts the sweetness up front, so you get the best of both worlds. So I gave it a 23 out of 25. Would I buy this again? Well, I bought another bottle, and I said it will always be on my shelf, so that's a 5 out of 5 from me. Would I recommend this? Absolutely, 100%, 5 out of 5. Value. So you can get this bottle around $50 to $60 depending on where you're at. And I gotta say, for this bottle, 107 proof, 6 years old, that's a 10 out of 10 value. I think it's one of the better values out there in bourbon. This gets scored a 96 out of 100. That's a pretty dang high score. As I review more bottles, you'll see fluctuations in my scores. So not everything's going to be rated this high. Trust me on that one. But thanks for stopping by, watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my review on the Bardstown High Wheat. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this bottle. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you would share my video, I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, y'all.